Hey everyone, today we're stepping into that quiet, familiar space, standing in front of your closet, soft morning light filtering through the curtains, and your fingers brushing past hangers as you search for something that feels right. You reach for your favorite pair of pants, the ones that promise to smooth, to flatter, to hold, and yet the moment you slip them on and glance in the mirror, that little lower belly still steals the spotlight. It's not just about the fit. It's that subtle, sinking feeling, like maybe your body is wrong or that style wasn't made for you after all. And maybe growing older isn't about fading, maybe it's just becoming softer in a world that always asked you to be hard. So before you get too comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what we do here at Golden Beauty. Let me know your age or just say hi and tell me your favorite self-care ritual these days. Now take a deep breath, maybe put on your coziest robe, and let's begin today's reflection. You stand in front of the mirror, the soft hum of morning still in the air, wearing a pair of pants that once made a promise, to slim, to smooth, to hide. But somehow that lower belly pooch feels like it's stepping forward before the rest of you. You gently tug at the waistband, smooth the fabric with your hands, trying to make peace with what you see. You don't feel sad, not exactly, just quietly frustrated. Because this isn't the first time. Maybe it was that sleek pair you ordered online that looked perfect on the model, or the ones you tried on in-store that felt promising until you got home and saw them in your own mirror. And you wonder, is it me? You've done everything right, chosen high waist, bought your size, even tried shapewear. And still, there it is, that curve, that softness refusing to disappear. But here's a gentle truth you may need to hear today. Your body is not the problem. The design is. The fashion industry wasn't built with real lived-in bodies in mind, especially not mature bodies that have carried children, carried burdens, carried decades of life. Most pants are shaped for mannequins, not for the beautiful softness and strength that time adds. That lower tummy isn't a flaw. It's part of your story. So you take one more look in the mirror, but this time not to critique. This time just to observe, to witness. You notice how your eyes still hold light, how your posture, even slightly tired, carries quiet grace. And maybe you think, I deserve pants that see me, not just size me. Practical tip. Before you even shop again, pause and ask, how do I want to feel in these held, not squeezed? Elegant, not restricted. Supported, not shamed. Let that be your North Star. Because when clothing honors your body, you don't just look better, you walk taller. You've probably noticed it by now that nearly every pair of pants you try on, no matter how trendy or expensive, seems to miss the mark. Especially around the lower tummy. They slip down in the front ride, up in the back, or create those faint horizontal lines across the hips that make you feel anything but comfortable. And deep down, you start to question yourself. Is my shape too hard to fit? But the real answer is simpler than you think. Most pants are simply not designed with your body in mind. The standard pant pattern, the one used for decades, was built around flat bellies and narrow hips. It wasn't made for women who've grown into their curves, who carry softness in their midsection, or who have shorter torsos or legs. Especially if you identify more with an apple shape, fuller through the middle, slimmer in the limbs, the waistband often sits in a spot that feels awkward or even uncomfortable. It either digs in gaps open or presses right where it shouldn't. And if your legs are on the shorter side, that throws the whole proportion off. A waistband that hits too low shortens your frame, while one that's too high, with no shaping, flattens everything in an unflattering way. It's like the pants are working against you instead of with you. Here's where the design matters most, the rise. That's the measurement from the crotch to the top of the waistband. But it's not just about being high-rise or mid-rise. It's about how that rise curves. A pant with a straight, shallow front can't accommodate a gentle lower belly. The fabric tugs, pulls, and creates that feeling of constant adjustment. You end up fidgeting, tugging or layering extra tops to hide what the pants should have handled. Sensory image. Imagine putting on a pair of pants that glide up like warm silk, that settle naturally against your shape. With no squeezing, no cutting, in just ease. Practical tip. When shopping, look for a deeper front rise with a slightly scooped shape. Bonus if the fabric has a little stretch, and structure it holds but never suffocates. Your pants should rise to meet your body, not the other way around. You might think all waistbands are created equal. After all, if the pants are high-rise, isn't that enough? But here's the part. No one tells you the shape, width, and firmness of a waistband can make or break the entire outfit. And for a fuller lower tummy, the difference is everything. Picture this. You try on 2 pairs of nearly identical pants. Same color, same fabric, same rise. But one has a narrow, stiff waistband that cuts right across your softest spot. The other has a wide, gently elasticized band that smooths like a warm hand resting on your stomach. You know instantly which one makes you want to keep it on, and which one makes you want to change the second you sit down. That narrow waistband. It creates a visual line right across the belly, making the lower tummy more pronounced. It compresses in all the wrong places, draws attention exactly where you don't want it, and can even make posture feel stiff and unnatural. You untuck your shirt to hide it, or layer a cardigan, or avoid sitting where anyone can see you from the side. Now imagine a wide, soft waistband. It doesn't squeeze, it supports. It rests comfortably against your body, allowing your natural curve to breathe. It's a small shift, but a powerful one. Because when your clothes don't fight your body, you relax. You feel held. You stop adjusting every 5 minutes. Metaphorically, think of it like replacing a tight rubber band with a velvet ribbon. One binds and digs, the other wraps and smooths. Practical tip. Look for pants with a waistband that's at least 2 inches wide. Soft elastic gathered fronts, or even a gently contoured waistband can all work beautifully. The goal isn't to hide your tummy, it's to honor it with thoughtful design. And if you're ever tempted to blame your body again, stop and ask, is it me? Or is it just the wrong waistband? It seems like the simplest solution, doesn't it? You put on a pair of pants that feels a little too revealing around the tummy, and so you reach for a long, flowing top. You let it drape down past your hips, hoping it will mask what the pants don't flatter. And for a moment it feels safer, like you're covered, like you're doing damage control. But then you catch your reflection from the side. Or you see a photo someone took, and suddenly you don't feel covered, you feel swallowed. Here's the quiet truth. No one says out loud, longer tops can actually work against you, especially if you have a shorter frame or shorter legs. When fabric hangs too low, it breaks the body's visual line. It creates bulk where you wanted flow. And instead of elongating your shape, it shortens it, pulling the eye downward and making your legs appear even shorter. You might notice your posture change too. You slouch slightly, shoulders curling in, hoping to disappear just a little. Not because you're ashamed, but because something about the outfit doesn't feel quite you. The intention was comfort, but the effect was camouflage. Now imagine this instead: a softly tucked blouse into a wide waistband pant, or a top that gently tapers at the waist and ends just below your natural hip. Suddenly your legs look longer. Your waist returns to view. And more importantly, your shape feels balanced, not hidden. Sensory image. Think of standing at the window in a light top that moves gently in the breeze, skimming your figure instead of swallowing it. You see yourself, not just the fabric. Practical tip. Choose tops that end at your mid-hip or higher if you're petite. Try a partial front tuck, just a little at the center, to define your waist while still feeling relaxed. Pair with a pant that flatters your lower tummy and let your natural proportions breathe. Because real confidence isn't about hiding. It's about letting yourself be seen, softly, fully, beautifully. The word pleated might instantly bring up memories of stiff office pants or school uniforms. And for many women, it's a design detail they've learned to avoid. Pleats, after all, are known for adding volume. And if you already feel self-conscious about your lower tummy, the idea of adding anything there feels like the opposite of helpful. But here's a gentle truth: not all pleats are created equal. When thoughtfully placed, soft pleats can actually flatter a fuller belly. The key lies in their position, depth and number. Pants with one or two small shallow pleats that sit slightly off-center, closer to the sides than the middle, help redirect volume in a subtle way. Instead of drawing the eye straight to the center of your tummy, they soften and distribute shape along the hip area, creating an elegant drape. Think of it like carefully folding a piece of silk. When done with intention, the folds don't add bulk, they add movement, softness, and grace. These types of pleats create space for your body to be. They allow the fabric to move with you, not against you. And when paired with a wide waistband and a deeper front rise, they can transform the way pants fit and feel on your figure. Sensory image. Imagine sitting at a sunny cafe wearing breezy pleated trousers that gently move as you cross your legs. Nothing pulls, nothing clings. Just ease, lightness, and quiet confidence. Practical tip. Look for trousers with minimal pleats, no more than 2 per side, that are shallow and set slightly off-center. Avoid deep pleats or multiple folds right at the belly, as these can add unwanted volume. Choose drapey fabrics like linen blends, crepe, or soft cotton with structure. If you've written off pleats in the past, it might be time to reintroduce them this time with wisdom. Because it's not about the pleats, it's about how they frame you. You've followed every piece of advice, gone up a size chosen, high rise, even tried curvy fit or tummy control. And still, when you sit down, the waistband slides forward. When you stand up, it digs in. You look in the mirror and see faint pulling lines stretching across the front. You wonder quietly if this is just what getting older feels like, constantly adjusting your clothes to feel okay. But here's the real story, and I want you to hear it clearly. It's not your fault. It's not your tummy. It's the pattern. Most pants, even the ones marketed for curves, are still drafted from templates designed decades ago. They may add stretch or label it control, but underneath the blueprint hasn't changed. These patterns use a front rise that's too shallow with a crotch curve that's too straight, especially for a woman with a softer, fuller lower belly. So what happens? Your tummy has nowhere to go. The fabric fights it, pushing in rather than draping. The waistband dips in the front and rises in the back. You get that awkward gap, those tight creases, and that constant feeling that something's off. But let's reframe it. Imagine a pant that respects your body's shape, not tries to correct it. A pant with a slightly extended front crotch, curve a deeper rise that makes space for your lower belly, and a waistband that's curved upward instead of straight across. Suddenly, the fit feels different. The pants sit where they're supposed to. No tugging, no bunching, no compromise. Sensory image. Picture a soft arc, like a gentle smile that follows your natural silhouette instead of cutting across it. That's what a proper front rise should feel like. Practical tip. When trying on pants, pay attention to how they behave at the front rise. Does the fabric lie flat or pull into diagonal lines? Sit, move, twist. If it feels like the pants are resisting your shape, it's not you, it's bad engineering. You are not a misfit. You are simply waiting for clothes that were made with your beautiful, evolving body in mind. You may not have thought twice about your pants pockets. They're just there, a place to tuck your hands or carry your keys right. But if your lower tummy often feels accentuated or your pants look bulky in the front, the pockets could be quietly contributing to the problem. Let's do a little experiment. Go to your closet after this video and pull out 2 pairs of pants. One that flatters you and one that always feels a bit off. Now take a close look at the pockets. Notice where they begin. Do they start right at the top of the waistband, or a few inches below? When pockets begin high and close to the waistband, especially on the front, they often add unnecessary bulk. They create structure right over the lower tummy, which adds layers and visual weight to a place many of us want to keep smooth and streamlined. And when you sit or move, those pockets can bunch, puff, or shift, drawing even more attention to that area. Now look at the pants that flatter you. Chances are the pockets begin lower, subtly placed a few inches below the waistband, leaving that upper area cleaner and more relaxed. These types of pockets elongate the torso and shift the focus downward, helping the entire midsection appear smoother and more proportioned. It's such a small thing, just a few inches of placement, but it changes everything. Metaphorically, think of pocket placement like the opening lines of a song. Where it begins sets the tone. Too early and it feels rushed. Just right and everything flows with ease. Sensory image. Imagine running your fingers along a smooth, uninterrupted line of fabric. No bumps, no breaks. Just softness and simplicity across your front. Practical tip. When shopping or sorting your wardrobe, pay attention to pocket seams. Favor designs with lower starting pockets, angled side pockets, or even no front pockets at all, if you prefer a sleeker look. Avoid bulk stitching or thick flaps near the tummy. Once you start noticing this detail, you'll never unsee it, and that's a good thing. Because elegance often lives in the tiniest decisions. You might not associate cargo pants with elegance. For many, they bring to mind bulky pockets, stiff fabric, and a look that feels more weekend errands than chic confidence. But with the right design and styling, cargo pants can become a surprising staple, even for a woman over 60 with curves and a lower tummy. Let's start with structure. Not all cargo pants are created equal. The right pair skims your body, not clings, not hangs. Look for a tailored straight leg shape that allows movement without looking baggy. Soft, breathable fabrics like cotton blends or lightweight twill offer both comfort and refinement. Then there's the magic of color. Imagine a pair of crisp white or soft beige cargo pants. Already, you've elevated the look. White adds instant freshness and brightness, perfect for mature skin tones. Pair that with a pastel or softly patterned top that grazes your hips, and suddenly the cargo pants aren't just casual, they're confident. Sensory image. Picture yourself walking down a shaded sidewalk linen cargo pants, swaying gently a silk scarf tied in your hair, and the warmth of sunlight dancing off your sunglasses. It's effortless. It's serene. It's you unbothered and radiant. The secret lies in balance. Keep the pants relaxed, but not oversized. Choose pocket styles that sit flatteringly along the sides, not bulging in the front. Add a soft top with clean lines, maybe a tucked-in tee or blouse that doesn't add bulk. And then, let the accessories do the talking. A colorful crossbody bag. A pair of gold hoops. A scarf tied around your ponytail or draped gently at your neck. These are the finishing touches that transform utility into intentionality. Practical tip. Look for cargo pants labeled slim cargo or modern straight. Avoid extra zippers or oversized side pockets near the hips or thighs. Instead, choose pieces with minimal, well-placed pocketing and pair them with light, flowy tops that highlight your natural shape. You don't need to be 20 to wear street chic. You just need a bit of softness, a bit of tailoring, and your own undeniable presence. There's a quiet voice that sometimes whispers, maybe I'll feel better when I lose 10 pounds. Or, once I find the right hairstyle, then I'll dress up again. You tell yourself you'll go out more once you feel more put together. And so you wait for a future version of yourself to finally feel worthy of joy. But what if that version is already here? What if the purpose of getting dressed isn't to hide or even to improve, but to honor who you are right now? The truth is, you don't need permission to feel radiant. Not from the mirror, not from the scale, not from the latest trends or someone else's opinion. You already are enough, and dressing with care is simply one way to remember that. Try this: wear the blouse you've been saving for a special day. Put on that bold necklace you think might be too much. Say yes to the dinner, the gallery show, the walk by the lake. Let your clothes be the bridge between your quiet confidence and the life waiting just outside your door. Sensory image. Picture yourself walking into a cozy little cafe, sunlight catching the edge of your scarf, your pants skimming your figure just right. You don't look perfect, you look present. And that's what people feel most your aliveness. Here's the practical tip, and it's not about fabric this time. Choose one outfit this week that makes you feel seen. Not thinner, not hidden, just seen. Maybe it's a bright color near your face. Maybe it's soft linen that moves when you do. Or maybe it's simply the way your favorite pants hug you gently and make you stand taller. Because joy isn't a reward for perfection. It's your right now, in this exact body, on this exact day. Every time you get dressed, you're saying something to yourself, whether you realize it or not. When you reach for soft fabrics that feel good on your skin, when you choose colors that lift your mood, when you slide into pants that fit you, not a version of you from years ago, you're whispering, I care for you. That's what clothing should be. Not armor, not disguise. But a kind of love letter signed each morning in cotton and linen, in pockets and pleats. Because the woman you are today deserves to be celebrated. Not later, not when I figure things out, but now with laugh lines, with softness, with wisdom folded into every curve. Your pants don't have to prove anything. They just have to let you move through your day, feeling held and supported. That's why details matter, not to impress others, but to honor the story your body carries. Sensory image. Imagine walking past a mirror and catching your own reflection, not to judge, but to admire. Your eyes crinkle with that knowing sparkle. Your posture is relaxed shoulders, soft tummy, gently supported in the right waistband. And you think, she's still here. That's the quiet beauty of getting dressed with intention. It's not about chasing youth or perfection. It's about claiming visibility. Saying I'm here, I'm alive, and I get to take up space. Practical tip. Let your outfit start from a place of kindness. Ask yourself, what do I need today? Comfort, confidence, ease. Let the answer guide your choices. You'll be surprised how powerful a soft waistband or a perfectly placed pleat can be when your goal is nourishment, not criticism. Because when you dress with care, you walk differently. You meet the world with softness and strength. And you begin to see your reflection not as something to fix, but as someone to love. Maybe the most beautiful truth about aging is this. You no longer dress to be seen, you dress to feel. To feel at home in your body. To feel graceful in your movement. To feel like yourself, unfiltered and unafraid. Gone are the days of squeezing into something for approval. These years call for softness, for clothing that meets your body like an old friend, one that knows your history, your strength, your softness. One that says, you are enough as you are. And maybe that's what style becomes in this chapter of life, not a costume to impress others, but a quiet celebration of presence, of putting on a pair of pants that actually fit, of looking in the mirror and seeing not flaws, but a woman who still glows, who still tries, who still deserves to feel beautiful every single day. Let your clothes love you back. Let your reflection bring peace. And let your lower belly, soft, lived-in powerful, be just one more part of your story that you no longer need to hide. Because your beauty was never meant to shrink. It was meant to shine in your own gentle, grounded way. End of script. Have a beautiful day.